Good morning, first graders. Today's lesson is our math lesson for Monday, April 6th. I'm excited to be here with you this morning in my home, and let's have some fun doing some math together. Okay, today's math learning target is I can add ones and tens to a number in different ways. In order to practice counting in different ways, you will need some base 10 counters. I sent a link in this lesson if you want to print out some of these base 10 counters, but you don't need to. If you don't have the base 10 counters, you can just make a set of your own base 10 counters because you just need something to represent a set of 10. So these are my sets of 10 and something to represent your ones. These are just little squares that I wrote the number 1 on. So you can make your own base 10 counters if you don't have the printout. You're also going to need something to help you count today. So you can use a 100s or 120 chart. The link for this is also in the lesson for today, but you can use other things to help you count. Look around your house. Do you have a measuring tape somewhere in your house? Go find it. This is a great number tape, and this can help you count. Do you have a measuring tape somewhere in your house? If you do, go find it. This is a great tool that we'll be using today to help us count. All right, so pause the video here and go get what you need. And when you have all your materials, some base 10 counters, a hundreds chart, or a measuring tape, come on back and we will begin the lesson. All right, so let's review. Today we are going to add tens and ones to a number in different ways. In order to do this, we are also going to need a numbers place value board. But this week, our place value board is going to be oriented differently than our place value board from last week because we are going to be using it for adding. We're going to create our place value board the same way, but I'm turning my paper the long way, like a regular piece of paper. And I'm going to make my place value board just like last week with a skinny line up at the top and a straight line down the middle. This side of our board is where we're going to put our sets of tens from our base 10 blocks, either the sets you've made or the ones you printed out. And this is where we're going to have our ones. If you don't have any place value blocks printed out or made, you can also slide this into a sheet protector or into the front of a binder that has a little sleeve. And you can draw and represent your sets of tens and ones with your dry erase marker. Okay. Today, the first way we are going to be adding on is by using the strategy of count on. So number 1, I can count on from the greater number. To practice this strategy, you're going to need a counting chart or a counting tape. Okay. So when we count on, we have 2 numbers. Our first problem is 24 plus 3. If I have 24 crayons and you give me 3 more, I need to figure out how many crayons do I have? We can also represent this number this way, where the big number is on the top, bottom, smaller numbers on the bottom. Okay? So what we do when we count on is you start at the larger number and you count on. So using your number chart, find 24, and we're gonna count on 3, which means you just jump 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. So I have 27 grams now. If you're using your number tape, it's just like a number line you might have at school. You start at your number. I'm gonna start right here. Oops, 24. Right there, the number 24. And I'm gonna count up 3. 1, 2, 3. 27. Some of you who are working with these numbers and they're smaller numbers, you might be able to do this in your head. Put the number 24 in your head. Whoop, 24, and count on 3. 25, 26, 27. Either way, however you get there, we're gonna get to the number 27. All right, let's try another one. The next one we're gonna do is 36 plus 2. We can write it and represent it this way as well. It means the same thing, 36 plus 2. This line here at the bottom is our equals sign. So whatever we put down here at the bottom, it has to equal whatever's happening up at the top. So 36 plus 2. I can do this. I'm going to count on from the greater number. Put 36 in my head. Whoop. Count on. 36, 37, 38, 37, 38. I counted on 2. Or find 36 on your number chart. Count up 2. 1, 2. My answer is going to be 38. Or find 36 on your tape measure. Count up 2. 1, 2. Any way you get there, you're going to get to 38. 36 plus 2 is 38. Right. We don't expect you to do any of this counting on in your head. You can always grab your charts and your number lines and use them to help you count on from the greater number. The next way we're going to practice counting today and adding is we are going to use our place value board. So number 2 says I can use a place value board to add. So you're going to need your place value board. I have mine here, 10s and 1s. Remember, I've done it the long way today because I'm needing my workspace to come this way. When we have the place value board, we can represent the numbers that we are adding together on our place value board with our 10s and 1s place value counters. So get your place value counters ready, or get your dry erase markers ready so that you can represent sets of 10 and 1s. Remember again, the long rows, those are representing sets of 10. The little single ones are just when we count 1. So I'll get all my things over here so I can show you different ways to do this today. You should just have one way in front of you to represent your 10s and 1s. Okay, so let's have a look at our first problem. Our first problem, counting 10s and 1s, is going to be 17 plus 20. The way you use a place value board is you build those numbers. I'm going to build the number 17 first. I know 17 is one set of 10 and 7. So there's my one set of 10, and here comes my 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. One set of 10 and 7. And I'm adding 20. I know 20 is 2 sets of 10 and 0 ones. So I need 2 sets of 10 over here and 0 ones. Okay, so that's my number, 17 plus 20. Well, what's my answer? Let's add it together. So 17 plus 20, I still have a 7 on this side. So we'll write our answer here, 7. But I now pushed my sets of 10s together, and I have 3 sets of 10. So I can write the number 3. And I know now this number represents 37. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 3 sets of 10 and 7. So when we use our 10s and 1s board to add, we build the number, we push our 10s and 1s together, and we add. All right, let's do that again with our next problem. Our next problem is 21 plus 18. So the first thing we're going to do is just have a look at it. 21, I know that's 2 sets of 10 and 1. So I'll use my other counters that I made at home. Those are 2 sets of 10, and here's my 1. Okay? And 18. I know 18 means 1 set of 10 and 8. So I'm going to put my 1 set of 10 and go find my 8 counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I have represented the problem 21 plus 18. Now I'm going to add these numbers together. So I'll put my sets of 10 together, and I'll put my 1s together. It would be easier for me to move this one down here. Okay, so let's find the answer. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 1s. So right here under my equals sign, I write the number 9 for 9 1s. And now I pushed my sets of 10 together, so I have 3 sets of 10. 10, 20, 30. I have 3 sets of 10. So the number that I've represented, that we've added together, is 21 plus 18. And 21 plus 18 is 39. Again, the big takeaway from today is that you're not doing these addition problems in your head. You're building them and representing them so that you see what's happening in front of you. Let's do 27 and 12. What's 27 plus 12? Step 1, build 27 on your 10s and 1s board. If you're not using cubes, maybe you're using dry erase. 27 means I have 7 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 2 sets of 10 over here. 1, 2 sets of 10. 12 means I have 2 1s, 2 and 1 set of 10. Okay. So if you're representing with your dry erase marker, let's count. Let's count the 1s first. Should always sort of count our 1s first as good habit, and it will help us moving forward in our lessons later this week. So we're going to count the 1s first. I have 7, 8, 9. 9 1s. And these are my sets of 10, so I can count by 10s, or I can just count my sets of 10. 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30. I know 30 is 3 sets of 10. So 27 plus 12 equals 39. Okay. Now, I'm going to erase. The next couple problems, I'm going to ask you to decide how you are going to solve the problem. If you would solve the problem by counting on, or if you would solve the problem with your 10s and 1s board. 24 plus 3. How would you solve this problem? Would you count on or would you build it out? I would count on because it's an easy number that we're adding on. So you could find your number and just count up. Let's find another one that's easy, or maybe not so easy. How about this one? Oh, it's stuck. 30 plus 10. How would you solve 30 plus 10? Would you count on or would you build it? Either way, this problem is pretty easy because I can count by tens. If I have 30, when I count by tens, I'm going straight down my hundreds chart, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. So I have 30 and I'm adding one more set of 10. I just jump down to 40. So you could count in your head. You could also build it really easy because if you had 30, we don't have any ones, and one more set of 10, now we can easily see that it's 4 sets of 10. All right. So lastly, your assignment today is to practice with more addition problems. There are a couple links to practice pages that you can take a look at. You don't need to print these off. You can just take a look at the number of problems and the numbers that they're using and practice counting on or practice building the problems on your tens and ones board. Have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's math lesson. Have a great day.